Well, good evening, race fans, and welcome out for once again another jam-packed night of racing coming our way for the Race1 Street Stocks series here at the Rockingham Speedway. It's also being brought tonight by Postma Flooring. Here tonight is the Postma Flooring Super Speedway series portion of the Race1 Street Stocks series. We thank them for being a part of the season. I'd like to thank Teller Eagles Boardwalk Subs, Jersey Style Soup, Subs, and Salads serving West Michigan. The Bubba's About Broke podcast, featuring your local short track heroes throughout the country, each and every Monday night. It goes with a new episode. And LaPlante Racing Products, a proud sponsor of the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series. As we get ready to go, we are jumping right into tonight's grid for tonight's race, and it is going to be up on the front row, Zach Nichols with a time of 27.153. Outside of him, driver of the number 8, this is Braxton DeWeese. Tim Rogers in the 48 will roll off third, and outside of him in the number 45, it is Jake Groot. Jaden Crutacci and David Payton will make up row number 3. Row number 4 will be Ty Delphia and Devin McDonald. Row number 5, Nicholas Presley and Zach Coyer rounding in the 10th spot. 11th starter will be the 00 of Stephen Rochford, and outside of him the number 23 of Ethan Tyrell. Starting 13th, Travis Wright. Outside of him, the number 77 of Scott Rochford, Matthew Fuqua. In car number 6 will roll off 15th, and outside of him, the number 29, this is John Dornbos. Jeff Dillon in the number 52 will roll off 17th, and outside of him, the number 45 of Andrew Hardings. Kyle Munson and J.T. Batson will make up row number 10. Starting 21st will be Danny Honeyset in car number 710, and outside of him, the longtime campaigner here in the American Sim Racing League's Race1 Street Stock Series, this is John DeMeester. And shotgun on the field, the number 35 of Hayden Swank, and the 45 of Braden Cook. That'll be actually number 38. Once timing and scoring updates, but that is your starting lineup here tonight as the field rolls down the back stretch. And this is going to be an exciting race here based on our practices here this afternoon. We saw a lot of 2 and 3 wide racing, a lot of bumper tag. These cars able to hang on to it and handle it. And we should see a good race here, like usual, for the Race1 Street Stock Series here this afternoon. We're going to do one more pace lap as we look at the sights and sounds here. And jam-packed. Good to see the Rock on the schedule and have you couldn't shoehorn another person into tonight's race here this afternoon. We want to thank everybody here this afternoon for chiming in on the Facebook, or not on Facebook, but on the YouTube page. I want to thank you for being a part of this here, and I believe this is the cut-off race. You got to be the top 20 in the standings to play for a chance at the championship this season, which will kick off in 2 weeks. We are off next week, so everybody gets locked in, and it kicks off at the Kern County, so a little bit of time to get out west. But the field rolling in to turns 3 and 4 as we get ready to go racing. The pace truck will make the hard left-hand turn on to pit road, and the Postma Flooring 50 is underway. Down here in the turnaround they go. Zach Nichols jumps out to the race lead. Tim Rogers and Grout making a little bit of battle there on the outside. Here comes Crutacci. He is very fast on these big tracks, but he won the season opener down at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. He finds himself in the 5th spot. David Payton back there as well. Devin McDonald up on the outside. Lap number 1 going to go into the books. You see them there, and they are going to be hard to get away from each other here this afternoon. These cars putting a big hole in there is Kyle Munson, then number 8 runs back here. How about the old 23 of JT Batts in the Coors Light Special? Don't damage that can here tonight. But up front it is Zach Nichols showing the way. But how about Braxton DeWeese now moving to the inside in that Interstate 4 number 8, and we got a lead change down here, turn number 1. And the thing is here, this track will eat these tires alive as the field roars down here in the turns 3 and 4. You can see the 44, and Nichols now slid back into spot number 3. Grout going to make a move. Here comes Kratacci, David Payton, and Tydelphia side by side back there. Oh, hang on to it. Grout's going to go around. Devin McDonald making contact, and our first Tallarico Boardwalk sub yellow flag of the afternoon comes out here on lap number 4. And Jake Grout was the car that got turned around while running inside the top 5. Let's take a look here and see. Just got in the corner and looks like it lost it just a little bit. See down here in the corner, and not really sure what caused the car to go around, but of course you saw it as it did. It went around. And we are slowed for the first time here. A little bit of left front damage to the 49 VT. As he's going to hold on to that 12th position. Up front, though, Braxton DeWeese in the Interstate Ford Thunderbird. He's on point over Tim Rogers, and Zach Nichols has slid back to the 3rd spot. David Payton runs in 4th. Shaden Kratacci. Now, he's got a little bit of damage to that left front. You can see it there, folks. As it rolls down here into turns 1 and 2. Field doubling up, but Kratacci with a little bit of left front damage to the 11. Outside of him, the 13 of Tydelphia, Devin McDonald and Zach Coyer making up there. And the final 10 spots in the 10 is Stephen Rochefort and Ethan Tyrell. But it'll be Braxton DeWeese showing the way. When the green flag comes back out, as we'll tuck the Tallarico Boardwalk sub yellow flag back into its holster. And we are going to be back underway as they get into the Postma Flooring laying the groundwork restart zone. We are back underway. Braxton DeWeese out to the other race lead. Nichols sliding into the 2nd spot. You can see the outside lane not quite getting up to speed as the old school Bandit car of Tim Rogers up on the outside. He's going to lose maybe 2 spots here if Kratacci can hold on to that momentum. We got to wonder if that little bit of body damage will hurt the 11's performance here. As the front 2 cars get single file, and back here it is a dogfight. See how rough it is. These guys bouncing around here. So we're on board with Rochefort. They work down the Thunder stretched at the rock here, and a little bit of contact between Delphia and Rochefort. 18 car, as well as up front Braxton Louise still holds on to the race lead. The 44 right there though on the back side. That is Zach Nichols, your pole sitter here this afternoon. Jaden Gertanchi working at inside lane still. Rogers fighting pretty hard on the outside. Here comes Cold Beer Zach Coyer. And that Integrity Farms entry. He thought about making it 3 wide for a moment. David Payton in that Pinkerton Oil entry. He rolls the outside of Rochford. And Devin McDonald. How about the old 94, Nicholas Presley? He's got that hot rod wound up here this afternoon. He's trying to make something happen. Here in the Postma Flooring 50. This race will go by in a blink of an eye. Look how fast they are, but as we got a bid for the race lead, Zach Nichols up underneath. The number 8 of Braxton Deweese. Deweese fighting back on the outside. But Nichols going to take that spot. He's going to try to run away and hide. Crossover move, and Deweese is not so fast. These two are been the crop of the field here, and they battle it out. Gertanchi right there showing able to suck you right in on that really battle. You see them side drafting, pinching each other, a little trade and paint right there in front of them. You can see how fast that these guys will fly. And how about Rogers? He's doing a good job holding on that outside. Did not think it would be the place to be. And he is holding court up on the outside there. Still inside the top 5. As your top 2 still side by side. Great battle here as they work down the backstretch. Nichols with about a half a car disadvantage over the 8 of Deweese. Deweese rolls the outside. Keeping them pinched. Oh, the contact. Hang on to it. Zach working the... How did he save that? As the bump sent him up into the 8 of Deweese. And now he is a sandwich between 2 cars. So Zach Nichols going to get tight off the corner. 3 wide still down the backstretch. Gertanchi down low. Nichols in the middle. Rogers there. And now they're going to try to go 4 wide down the front stretch. Oh boy. Everybody able to hold on to it. Zach Coyer had to roll out of it. How about the number 10 of Travis Wright? He's rolling the outside there. He's got the 29 of John Dornbos in that Hardy's entry. He's making his way more up towards the front. He is up 6 spots here, along with the 10 of Travis Wright. Everyone doing a good job as Deweese leads it over Nichols. And David Payton is in third. Now he's sideways. Something happening to the 38 of David Payton. And he has got a right front tire down on the 38 car. And we're trying to see if we can find out what happened. As the battle is there, but David Payton running inside the top 3 when it happened. Let's see here. This was the pass for third. David Payton was down low on Tim Rogers. This is not live photo or action right now. See how they go down in the turns 1 and 2. Got down on that white yellow line. Oh, came out the corner and they hooked him and Rogers hard in the outside wall. A nice job to save it as we come back to live photos. As Braxton DeWeese trying to hold on to the race lead. But Zach Nichols all over the back side of him. Nichols with a bit to the inside off the corner. DeWeese tries to block him down the backstretch. Has to give him some room. 2 by 2 for the race lead. They roll off a turn number 4. Zach Nichols trying to make it to the race lead once again. He will do so at the line by a bumper cap. These two, some 2 seconds in front of Zach Coyer, who's in a dogfight of his own. Trying to figure out how to show you these battles. The battle for the race lead is still side by side as Zach Nichols works the bottom side of the racetrack. It's a good drive off the corner, but so does it the number 8 car. You see him starting to roll right back in on him. On that outside. As Crotacci is falling through the field. Yellow, yellow, yellow coming out as Devin McDonald has gone around here on the front stretch. And we are slowed down here. As McDonald brings out the second flag here this afternoon. You see him battling with Crotacci. Oh, him and Crotacci making contact. And then the 11 broken comes down the racetrack and tags the 18 car. And he slides in front of the race field. Let's take a look at that one more time from a different angle. And away the 18 will go, but a heavy left front or right front damage on Crotacci's automobile. You see him working down here on the front stretch into pit road. And I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get that 11 car fixed. So we'll see what happens with him. But Nichols back out onto the point over Braxton DeWeese. Zach Coyer needed that yellow flag. Those guys had really gotten disengaged from the top two who had drove away some 2 seconds after the hard battling that was going on behind him. Tim Rogers still runs there in spot number 4. Stephen Rochefort is in P5. Travis Wright up 7 spots. He's up into spot number 6. Nicholas Ramsey in the 94, keeping his nose clean here this afternoon, is in 7th. Ethan Tyrell in the number 23 car sits 8th. Tydelphia in the 13 VT runs in 9th. And how about John Dornbos? He's up 6 spots here in this one as well. He rounds out your top 10 at the halfway point. Jeff Dillon is 11th. Matthew Fuqua is in spot number 12. 13th spot is Kyle Munson. He started tail of the field. He's up 6 spots as well. Danny Honeysett in that 710 or the D84 car runs in spot 14th. 15th is JT Watson in the Coors Light Chrome can. John DeMeister. It's the battle of the beers back there in row number 8. Coors Light versus Miller Genuine Draft. Oof. I don't know. I don't drink either one of them. I'll let you guys settle it out. Scott Rochefort in the Fisher Plows number 77. Devin McDonald, Jake Rout. In cars that were down on pit road, Braden Cook, Andrew Hardings, Jaden Crotacci, David Patton, and Hayden Swank. Into the Postma Flooring laying the floor green flag. Restart zone. As the field rolls off a turn number 4, green flag clenched in Barney's right hand, and we are back underway. And a good start by the 44 of Nichols. And how about the 13 of Coldmere, Zach Coyer? He's going to fill that inside lane. That's going to relegate the number 8 of Braxton Louise back to the number 3 spot. Side by side behind them for Rochefort and Tim Rogers in the 48 Skull Bandit entry. Rogers working the outside of that racetrack. Travis Wright and Ty Delphia back there, along with Presley battling it out, as well as your top 5 cars, trying to get away from the rest of the field. Zach Coyer usually is a short track stud. Finds himself running second here, up there with the number 44 of Nichols and the 8 of Braxton Louise. Deweese down to the inside, taking the short way around. Coyer will move up the racetrack. That'll allow Deweese back into the number 2 spot. Coyer's going to try to tuck right back in off of turn number 2. Down the back stretch, they roar into turn 3. It is still Zach Nichols showing away as your top 3 settle it out. How about this battle? Travis Wright and Tyrell in the 23. 2 by 2 by 2 behind them and 3 rows deep. With 20 laps to go. These drivers know time is running out. Oh, a little bit of contact between Wright and Tyrell. Tyrell got a little bit loose on the entry of turn number 1 and went up the racetrack. And thank God Wright was there to hold him down there. Sometimes 8 tires are better than 4. And this is some great battling back here. Jeff Dillon in that 52 as well. Down in the corner, a little bit more contact with Travis Wright. How about the... Oh, Dornbos going to get turned in the outside wall. Yellow, yellow, yellow. For Dornbos, who is on the outside. That Hardy's lunchbox is seeing some better days. As we were right there when it started. Munson involved as well. See him working on the corner. Oh, they got hooked off together. Him and Munson. And both hard into the outside wall. We'll go on board with Munson. And that happens here, folks. Turn 2 is a very tough place. It will close up in a hurry as we come back to live photos. So you can see both those drivers coming down pit road, but Zach Nichols up front. Over to number 8 of Braxton Deweese. Zach Coyer will restart in P number 3. Him and Stephen Rochefort are tied for the most positions gained, the hard charger, with 7. There's 3 drivers, 7, but this driver here, the number D84 or 710 of Danny Honeysett, who runs currently in the 12th spot. He is the hard charger so far, up 9 spots this afternoon. And doing a great job. Well, as we pace it on the yellow flag, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series. Welcome back. Here's a pace truck about to turn off. We are about to go back green flag racing. Zach Nichols mashes the gas in the Postma Flooring restart zone here tonight, the Rockingham Speedway. And they are down in the corner. Nichols going to throw a little bit of a block on the 8 of Braxton DeWeese there as they work down the back stretch 2x2. How about Rochford? He's got a hot rod underneath him tonight. How about the 94 is Nicholas Presley? Presley running up in that third group, getting the momentum wound up on the outside. Bid for the race lead. Braxton DeWeese down to the inside. Going to come up off the corner. Is the 44 tries to hold him down low to break the momentum. Here comes the 00. A little bit of bumper tag in the turns 3 and 4. Top 3 cars right there underneath a blanket. Rochford thought about making it 3 wide there just for a second. Thought better of it with 13 circuits remaining. DeWeese and Nichols up on the point. The 00 of Rochford running there in spot number 2. Or 3, excuse me. And Rochford trying to figure out, all right, which lane, which of these 2 drivers are going to go? Which lane does he want to be in? We are closing in, the hourglass starting to shrink. Time to put the boys up on the dash. They are still 2x2 for your race lead. And this is some good stuff here tonight at Rockingham. It'll be 11 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Braxton DeWeese leads it by a bumper cap. We could see maybe a photo finish here tonight. Would be our second one of the season. DeWeese with a little bit of a advantage up off the corner. Gets up, tries to side draft the 44 to hold him back there. The 44 really pinching the 8 car down low. A little bit more contact off the corner. You know, both these drivers are smiling from ear to ear, knowing that they can race like this, lean on each other, beat and bang just a little bit, and know that your car on the outside is going to be okay. You can see how close they are. A little more contact off the corner, but it doesn't hurt either one of them. 10 to go. Make it 9. Braxton DeWeese with the race lead. The 44 going to try to cut underneath them. Nice move by Zach Nichols. Set it up perfectly. Here comes the 00 Rochford. He's going to try to get down to the inside. How about that move? Now the 8 going to try to do the same thing. They make a little bit of contact, but the yellow flag flies. Going to save both of them. As it looks like the yellow flag coming out for Ty Delphia, who looks like has lost a right front tire on that car. As the yellow flag flies, let's take a roll it back here and see if we can find out what happened. Oh, Tyrell into the right rear quarter panel. Around he goes. Oh, the 10 of Travis Wright. Heavy contact as well. And Wright's race going to come to a screeching halt. Let's take and try to get another look at that one more time with Travis Wright. You see him coming up here. You see the spin right in front of him. Just nowhere to go. Jeff Dillon had a piece of that as well. So that one gonna bring out our fourth yellow flag of the afternoon. Zach Nichols and Braxton DeWeese are absolutely having a slugfest of a race up front. Getting ready for this restart 5-lap shootout. Who you pulling for out there, folks? Do you think Zach Nichols is going to win it? Do you think Braxton DeWeese can pull off the win? Who do you think will come from row number 2? Zach Coyer and Steve Rochford. Those two drivers have been fast here this afternoon into the Postma Flooring restart zone, and we are back underway. Good restart by Nichols and DeWeese. Zach Nichols and Rochford side by side for spot number 3, the final rung on the podium. Down the backstretch they go. Rochford trying to make something happen. Look at the 8 car of DeWeese. He swings it all the way down to the yellow line. Up the racetrack to 44 goes. Now DeWeese right back to the inside. Side by side, and they are all over each other. 3 wide for the race lead. 4 laps to go. Can they hold on to it? Zach Coyer throws it all the way to the outside. 3 wide off a turn before in the yellow. Oh, baby, just as things were getting interesting. Ethan Tyrell and JT Batson in the Coors Light can have brought out the yellow flag, which will send us into our overtime. It's a little bit of bonus laps. See what happened here. Tyrell in the 23 working the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh, and there's contact. Oh, hard contact into the inside wall. Let's go on board here. I do believe that Batson was trying to give a little bit of space to Tyrell, who was underneath them, and when he did, got up into the 45 of Andrew Hardings. To make contact there, and that brought out the yellow flag here for our 5th time. The Tallarico Boardwalk sub yellow flag. David Payton going to get a lap back. Tough break for David Payton here tonight. We'll give him a little bit of TV love. Had a very fast race car. Was up inside the top 5 after contact with Tim Rogers. Sent him hard into the outside retaining wall and knocked the right front tire out of whack. The crew has gone to work and has got the car back out there. And by doing so, he has passed 2 cars that are out of the race. So the field doubling up here once again behind the pace truck as we get ready to go. Racing once again here at the Rock in the Postma Flooring 50. Is Postma Flooring a part of the Super Speedway Challenge here within the series for the Race1 Street Stocks series. As we get ready to go back, green flag racing, this time off of turn number 4. Green, white, checkered, extra innings, if you would like to say, if you're a baseball fan. This is overtime. Only 1 attempt at an overtime. Next yellow flag ends the race. And you got to be on the money. Zach Coyer right there as well in the 13 car. Zach Nichols, Braxton DeWeese, and Zach Coyer into the Postma Flooring restart zone. And green flag is up, and we are back underway. Good restart by Nichols. 8 of DeWeese right back to the inside. 2 by 2 behind him, though, is the 13 of Zach Coyer and Stephen Rochford. Nichols trying to shake and drive the number 8 car is Braxton DeWeese right to the back bumper. He gets a little bit sideways. Up off of turn number 4. White Silk will fly. One more trip around the speedway. Deweese going to swing it to the outside. Can he make it stick on the outside of turns 1 and 2? He's going to try the diamond the racetrack off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch they go. Here comes Deweese. He'll swing to the outside. Nichols blocks down low. Nichols to the inside of the racetrack. Here comes Deweese on the outside. They make a little bit of contact. Up the racetrack they go. It's going to be 4 wide for the race lead. And it is going to be, too close to call. Too close to call. Oh, what a finish. Unofficially, timing and scoring is showing the 8 of Braxton Deweese as your race winner over Zach Nichols. We are going to have to go back and see. We are going to slow that down. Coming up when they get off of the corner number 4, you can see the action behind them. Zach Coyer looked to the inside, saw them go up the racetrack after contact. Down the racetrack, Nichols came trying to save the car. Both cars get pointed in. Zach Coyer going to get the short end of that stick. Stephen Rochefort with a masterful job of trying to hold on to that race car. And it is hard to show the see right there who it was at the line. Let's see if we got a little bit better. We'll take a look at this view, folks, of this checkered flag. With a much better view up off the corner. You see the contact there. That sends him up the racetrack. You can see Coyer down low. Good job by Rochefort behind all this. And at the line. Too close to call. Too close to call. That is what we call a photo finish. And if I had to say, I believe the bumper cap might be it for the 8 car. So we'll see who the official winner is when we get back from this. We'll take a quick word talk to Race Control. But you're watching the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series, which just had its closest finish in series history.
Bowling brings people together.
Right down the middle. You got it. Uh-oh. Good job.
Do what you can do, man.
Oh. Wait.
That's a strike right there.
Woo!
Connect with family and friends. Go bowling.
Welcome back here to the Rockingham Speedway, that is also affectionately known as The Rock, as we just witnessed one of the closest finishes ever in the history of the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series. We want to thank Race1Wraps.com for being the title sponsor of the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series. Whether you need a design, logos, apparel, anything, check them out at Race1Wraps.com for all of your graphic needs. Talarico's Boardwalk Subs, Jersey style soup, sub salads, serving West Michigan. Looking for a podcast? How about this one? The Bubba's About Broke podcast, featuring your local short track heroes from across the country. Learn their backstories, what they go through each and every week, and listen to the Bubba's About Broke podcast with a new episode every Monday. LaPlante Racing Products, the proud sponsor of the LaPlante Triple Crown Series. They will be busy fixing some of these race cars after tonight. And, of course, we want to thank Postma Flooring as we enter the Postma Flooring post-race show. And we're down here in Victory Lane, and unofficially, or confirmed now by Race Control, is the driver of that Interstate Ford number 8, Braxton DeWeese. And Braxton, all I can say is wow.
I hear you. That's all I can say too.
What a race there. I mean, you and Zach really were laying it on each other in a very clean and tasteful way. You guys race hard each and every week anyways, but here tonight, it seemed like you could really get away with it at the Rock here. A couple different lanes and a lot of hard racing. Walk us through that final restart in the green-white checkered, having to restart on that outside.
Well, just knowing you got to make sure you time it right and, try to stay as close as you can to Zach there on that restart, because it was the last green-white checkered. There's no more attempts after that. So if there's a yellow flag and before we take the white flag, then it's over. So you got to try and make a move as soon as you can. And we were able to get pretty clear there and try to get a run down a back stretch, but we went up and whatnot and tried to make a couple moves, but he was able to keep his momentum up, but also keep it down low and turn it down the track and put it on the apron. On the last lap going into 3, we were we were like the middle of the track, I believe. We were close behind him, getting just a little bit of a run, and I was going to make a move down to the inside. And before I was going to make the move, he checked up, he hit the brake or something. He slowed up a little bit going into turn, so I just went up to the outside. I was like, well, we can't go to the inside now. We got to keep this momentum up, go to the outside. So we did, and I was hoping we could make it work, just trying to keep it as low as we could, trying to keep our momentum up, because I feel like the higher you run up, it's just the slower you're going to be, just with how these cars are and how big of the track is. So we were trying our best there, and then we were getting moved up the track a little bit. I was just hoping we wouldn't hit the wall. I believe he moved down coming off the corner to try to get Steven, who was coming off on the inside, who had a better run, just because he obviously had a better entry to corner, and he wasn't in a position that Zach and I were in. And I believe that helped out a little bit, and then be able to come down and side draft a little bit, if that even did anything, just try to be as close as I could and give him a little tap at the end to try to see if we could get it. I didn't think we were going to get it, but just to try and see if we could get it. And I waited, and then going into 1 and 2, it finally switched to us in first, and that was a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb. I got to confirm this, but I believe that is probably the closest finish in American Sim Racing Club history. .001 was the margin of victory. Man, what an exciting finish. I was not really sure what to expect coming here to Rockingham with the street stocks, and I want more. Like, I feel robbed that 50 laps is already done.
Yeah, that was some pretty good racing. Zach and I were able to, get out like close to like 3 seconds or something, but we were still side by side battling. So to have a battle that far out for the lead and then still have battles back there is still always a hell of a time to watch. And at that point, you don't really know what to watch because there's battles all over the place. But you're right. This is a pretty fun combo, and I unfortunately missed this combo in another league a couple weeks back. But glad I was able to run it here and come home with the win.
Well, congratulations on that win here tonight in the Postma Flooring Super Speedway Series Challenge, and we want to thank you for your time. And we know you got some people that you need to thank here to make it all possible each and every Wednesday night.
Yeah, most definitely. A big shout out to the sponsor on the car, Interstate Ford. Hopefully we can have something like this in real life. That'd be pretty damn cool in my opinion. So, we're still working for that and, trying our best every day. I'm racing practically every day. The only off day I have this week is for Halloween. So, we're going to keep going after that and, celebrate our 3 wins in a row from our three leagues that we've ran from Monday, Tuesday, and obviously now Wednesday. So we got a day to celebrate that for Halloween. Get to eat a bunch of candy, get all nice and fat, and hopefully we have a good race with Interstate Ford in the Next Gen Series on Friday as well. We definitely need it. But a huge shout out to them, as well as Allen's Arts Images, Bennett's Publical, Jane's on Main, Luis Renovations, Blue 34 Diecast, and Rabbit's Photography, Blaze Designs, as well as Evan Pineda Designs, and Bully Dog Coffee Company. You can use Brex5 for 10% off over there. And I appreciate everybody that tuned into the broadcast as well as my live stream, and looking forward to going back and watching this.
Well, congratulations, Braxton. You did a good job out there keeping it exciting. Let this one sink in. Enjoy your Halloween, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time when we kick off the playoffs at the Kern County Speedway.
I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your week, man.
There you go. Tonight's feature event winner, Braxton Luis, going to come home in spot number 1. And the driver that he battled all night long was this driver, the number 45, or the 44 of Zach Nichols. And Zach, masterful driving, man. I watched some of those moves you did, going high to low, able to cut down low. It looked like this combo in this car was a lot of fun here tonight at Rockingham. I know you're coming home one spot shy, but man, I think that was the closest ever margin of victory in ASRC history, .001 seconds. Masterful job out there tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I wouldn't say it's fun, but I like tracks where you got to lift and hit the brakes and stuff, and this certainly is not one of them. So, yeah, it was a fun race for what it was, and I was glad we were able to get second there.
Yeah, talk about that battle with Braxton. We've seen you guys, whether it's on the short tracks or even these bigger tracks on this circuit, battling it out each and every week. How do you enjoy that weekly battling like that? You guys leaned on each other, moved each other, but you guys do it in a tasteful way. Is it nice having that confidence that you can race someone and be able to do that and know you're going to get that same respect back?
Oh yeah, certainly. I mean, I don't really care for the lean on each other like super early in the race, but once it comes down to 30 to 20 laps to go, it's all fair game and whatnot. So yeah, it was a ton of fun, and yeah, that's about it.
I know second place is not where you want to be here, but a nice rebound. You're gonna come home with a second place finish, a week off, and then your championship run. And by my calculation, a minimum of a 25-point bonus. If my math is right, I gotta double check it. Don't quote me on it. Headed into the chase. What does that mean for your playoff hopes, especially with the first round kicking off at Kern County?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't even know that the playoffs start next week. I've been just taking it week by week, but yeah, that sounds definitely good, and we're looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, we're off next week, but then the playoff kicks off a 6 race kickoff at Kern County, starting November 13th there. So Kern County, one of my newer favorite tracks, always puts on a good show. Have you got many laps around that racetrack?
To be honest, no. But it seems like we do pretty decent at most tracks. So hopefully we can just carry the momentum we've had recently and carry it into there.
Well, we wish you the best of luck out there. We will be there. Looking forward to that one. But who makes it all possible here to be talking to us and end up on the podium once again here?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Kearney's Complete Auto Service, Corrigan Oil Company, ADS Excavating Drain Cleaning. My dad, he's watching. My Uncle Kenny, I'd like to shout him out. And you guys for broadcasting. You guys do a great job. And all the league admins for putting this whole deal on.
Well, congratulations there, Zach. We look forward to talking to you, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Enjoy the off week. Maybe get some practice laps out there at Kern County.
Yeah, thank you.
Here you go. Zach Nichols going to come home in spot number 2. And the 00 of Steve Rochefort Gonna come home in P number 3. And Steve, a very fast hot rod out there this afternoon. And you guys tried making it a 4-wide finish there, but just did not work out. But you're able to hold on for a 3rd place finish and a very, very good run for you here tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. This track was surprising for me. I've never raced on it with a street stock, so got on, did a few practice laps, and called it a day. I knew it was going to race a little different than the single car practice anyway, so figured I'd just go for it.
What seemed to fit you out there? I mean, what was it like? Was there a lot of draft? Could you suck up on the car in front of you? We saw early in that race the leaders kind of break away from the pack as you were working your way through the pack. What did you feel in the car that seemed to fit you here tonight?
Yeah, it definitely had a good draft. You could get a really good run corner exit and just try to get inside somebody. I preferred the inside lane. You could make the outside lane go, but you really had to be aggressive and pinch people down, and it was pretty tough. But I spent most of the race just kind of riding in behind, kind of boxed in, but just trying to be patient, trying not to get in too much trouble, and it seemed to work out pretty well.
Yeah, you're going to come home in that spot number 3. When you saw the leaders make contact in turns 3 and 4, you knew you were side by side with Zach Coyer. How big did your eyes get? I know that you want to get in the victory lane here this season. With just 6 races remaining, I feel like you're solidly in the playoff spots to be inside the top 20 in points. But you got that look in there. How important or how much would that win have meant headed into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to win. Just put me above and with the other winners that have come this season. I feel like I can run top 5, top 10 pretty smooth every week, but a win definitely would have been nice. I was riding behind those guys a few of the restarts before, and man, they were racing it out, and I figured that something was going to happen on the last lap, so I was just kind of laying in the weeds waiting, and when I saw them slide up the track through 3 and 4, I almost followed them up there to make sure they stayed up there, but I wanted to kind of stay pinned down the bottom and block 4th as much as I could too, so it unfortunately it didn't work out in the end. Looks like Nichols got loose and kind of jarred me, but hey, that's racing, and glad we came home 3rd.
You guys had yourself a 3-way slide. Well, I guess you were the only one sliding there, but Tim Rogers and the 94 of Presley all there. Another close finish for that podium spots here, but looked like a fun race. Glad that you're okay after that contact there and the outside shot to the wall. But in 2 weeks' time, we head to Kern County. Another fast, I won't say it's a big track like this, but it could almost race pretty similar. It has that dog leg on the front stretch.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Kern. I don't know if I'll have enough to keep up with these guys, but I sure hope I do. Really do love that racetrack and how it races. It is similar to this one in the fact that you kind of get a little bit of a draft and you gotta angle it down in the corner and it either sticks or it doesn't. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah.
Well, who makes it all possible for you and this race team to be here on the podium tonight at the Postma Flooring 50?
Yeah, I just got to thank the series sponsor and all the guys that put it on, Tanner and everybody. This is a great place for us to come and race every Wednesday, and for the most part, it's super competitive, super clean. Everybody keeps their head on, so that's great. And I got to thank Vermont Race Team, Scotty Scrapyard, Dare Race Team. Just having a blast out here.
Well, congratulations, Stephen. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us here this afternoon, and congratulations on your 3rd place finish.
I appreciate it.
There you go. That is your Postma Flooring post-race show here this afternoon as we take a look now at the final results, and you can see just how close that was for Braxton Lewis to be victorious. Zach Nichols second. Stephen Rochford, Tim Rogers, and Nicholas Presley, your top 5. Jeff Dillon will come home 6th. 7th is Zach Coyer, Jake Groot, and Scott Rochefort. Devin McDonald with a nice rebound to come home in 10th. The series is off next week as we head out west to kick off the playoff, where we'll be at the Kern County Speedway in 2 weeks' time. We wish everybody a happy Halloween, and we hope to see you all at the racetrack. Please keep it wheels down, and we'll see you in turn number 3. Good night, everybody.